First and foremost, just want to send our thoughts and prayers out with everyone that has breast cancer, has a family member fighting breast cancer, anyone who's lost someone with breast cancer, anyone who's going through that, friends, family. We have a deep tie to that on our coaching staff. And our hearts and thoughts and prayers are all with you. Just keep rowing the boat. Just keep rowing the boat. Just keep rowing the boat. And we'll find a way to get you an oar. I promise you that. So, obviously not the outcome we all wanted. We didn't play well enough to win the football game. Kids continue to fight. And I could go on about every excuse in the book. I could give you everything. But you know what? Not good enough. We got to win football games. No matter who's on the field, you're expected to win. You're expected to play well. You're expected to do your job, and you're expected to do your job at an elite level. And tonight we didn't do that. When you look at what we're doing, we'll get in a right position, and then boom, we'll make a bonehead error. Or we'll do something to jump off sides, very similar to what's happened in the past. I'm proud of the football team. I know that might sound crazy. I am proud of those boys. I'm proud to be their football coach. I'm proud to be part of the struggle. Because everyone's going to talk about the struggle years to come and look back at this year and go, wow, you remember that year? But that's where this program's going. I'm not going to say it again, but I am the happiest coach in the country. How about that? And we got to get better. But these kids are resilient. They're giving us every ounce of athleticism, pride, effort they have. And I love them for it. And I love being their football coach. And I can sit in front of you and tell you that. It's hard to lose. This is not a losing program. This will be a winning program. But winners are winners before they become winners. And that's where we got to get to. So, got to give Pete Lembo and his Ball State team a ton of credit. Ball State did a tremendous job. They got great people. They got great talent. They got a lot of older people, a lot of seniors. They got a heck of a quarterback, which a lot of you saw. They've got talent at the right positions. It's a Pete Lembo football team. I love Pete Lembo. He's a heck of a guy, heck of a football coach, and you're going to hear his name as the years go by, as he continues to move in his career. I'm really, really proud of him. He's become somewhat of a friend in the last year, and his football team came in here and did what they do. We just didn't do what we do well enough. So with that, I'll open up for questions. I'll tell you this, he's the most poised player we've played all year. And that's a heck of a compliment. When you're a quarterback, you must be poised. That team looks at him. Okay, when are you going to get us out of this? When are you going to do something next? I don't have to worry about anything because you're in the game. That's what we're missing. You see what I'm saying? They have some other guys like that, even on defense. But they have a guy on their football team that, it's okay, man. I'm here. And just his presence and his poise and his awareness and his confidence and his young people call it these days the swagger, that's what people flock to. And all the throwing and the athletic talent aside, he's a great quarterback. He's going to play in the National Football League. And but it's the poise that makes him different. And that's why he's got the touchdown record. You know, we did. If you watch what we did, we played a ton of man coverage, meaning, you know, we're bringing one more than they have, and somehow they got our guy. They blocked our guys. They found a way to either bump it off, or one guy was blocking two, because we always had a free guy. We just never got to the quarterback. And when we did get to the quarterback, he already let it go. But that's the awareness that he has, that once it gets close, he knows to get the ball out. And that's from playing all those years. That's the confidence he's had. You know, our redshirt freshman is his third game. You know, he doesn't have that yet. He'll develop it, but he doesn't have it just yet. And but he is a special quarterback. He really is. And I tell you, he's a phenomenal young man, too. Got a chance to talk with him out at the meetings, and then saw him after the game. He's a phenomenal young man and deserves everything he gets. Well, yeah, because they really, if you saw it, they don't have a ton of plays in their playbook. They just do what they do very well, like you said. I think it is and it isn't. You know what's coming, but they do it so well that they know what the mistakes could be. They know you're going to fill that gap that you're not that's open, and they know to cut it back. Or their coaches are very good, and so what they'll do, they know how you're defending it, and then they'll come out with maybe a play they haven't shown, or now they'll have a misdirection, and you better be doing your job. And if you're not doing your job, like tonight, we had a few guys assume that play was coming. You know, assume that was going to happen, and then boom. It was like a fish hook. They just go ahead and, jerk you a little bit. And but got to give them credit. They know their system. They do it very well. They got players in there to execute their system. They stayed somewhat healthy, and they're making a heck of a run. Well, I think our quarterbacks are going through the reads. I think we try to get the ball to 84 as much as possible. I'm not going to lie to you. You try to get your playmakers the football. And they're the same way. There's a reason why Snead, the fourth, over there, their wideout, leads the league in receiving. There's a reason why. They try to get him the football. So he'll be the number one read in a lot of progressions. Same thing with Corey. Corey will be the number one read in the progression. But if Corey isn't open or they double him, they got to go right through the progression. So we as a coaching staff try to put our playmakers in the best opportunity to make the plays. And then obviously defenses are going to, they know that, and they scheme too, and they go to class, and they do that too, and they sit in the film room and come up with a game plan. So, but and I don't know what Corey had, but I'm sure he had some catches tonight, and he's doing what he does. But we need more help around him. We need other guys to step up, and we need other guys to create separation. We're not creating any separation on the outside besides Corey, and that's tough when you just got one guy. And then we got to protect. We're not protecting well enough. Quarterbacks getting hit. What mattered was I was an it factor. And what the it is in this program is pride. Pride in yourself. Pride in the guy next to you. Pride that you're willing to do your job 100% no matter what the circumstance. You're going to do your job. And that's what makes the winners winners, because they never lose that. It's in them. It's born into them. It's bred into them. And that's who they are. And we've got to continue to find players like that have the it factor. But that's what we talked about with them in there after the end of the game was we've got to play for each other. That's the only thing that matters. It's another one-game season. We're going to go play UMass, and we're going to go play in Foxborough Stadium, and it's a one-game season. It doesn't necessarily matter the 0-8 right now. I know it matters to everyone else, and it matters to me, it does, but to them, it's a one-game season. We're trying to go 1-0 against UMass. But if they sulk on all the last 8 games, it's hard to sit there and think, man, we got a chance to win because they look at the 0-8. Learn from all the things that we haven't done right. Have enough pride in yourself and pride in this program and pride into where it's going to be able to play for the guy next to you and come out with a victory next week. But that's what we've been instilling in these players is the it factor. But it's hard to motivate it, if that makes any sense to you. It's hard to motivate the it because a lot of players have it. That's why it's called the it. And some people don't have it. I did. I really did. I thought he played pretty decent. I got to go back and watch the film, but I thought he managed the game well. I thought he had some good reads. He threw some nice balls down the field. And when he didn't have it, he did a good job of throwing it away. I think he had one pick. And that was the Hail Mary at the end of the half. I thought he played a lot better than he did. He looked more poised. He looked a little bit more confident. He was running the huddle. He was doing his best to run the huddle, if that makes any sense to you. He'll continue to learn how to do that. What buttons to push with every single guy, what gets them going, what gets them to tick. But again, everyone has to have the it. They all have to believe in the same common goal. And the camaraderie all year has been shuffled in and out on that offense. Same with defense. There's all these different players. If you notice today, Fields didn't play. Musman wasn't out there. Simon wasn't out there. There's a lot of guys that weren't out there that are usually out there that maybe could be some vocal guys for us. So now you got some guys coming in some roles that have never had that role. And now you expect them to also lead and talk and communicate. But the future's really bright. And again, I'm proud of those kids. I hurt for them. But we've got to get better. We have got to get better, and we'll continue to get better. And we'll come back tomorrow night, practice, and we'll keep fighting. All right, roll the boat.